Hi everyone! Thank you so much for tuning back in with us for another Galaxy episode. Today, Megan and I are going to be talking about how to create your prototype. So last week we talked about creating your product, coming up with the idea, and then having customers validate and see what your product's all about. But after that, you need to create the actual prototype so that customers, investors, and anyone that you're pitching to actually knows what you're talking about. Megan and I actually had quite a bit of trouble explaining and pitching our product to mostly men because they confused our product with leggings or yoga pants, and that's not what we actually do. What we do is attach a short to sustainable pantyhose. So we really needed a prototype, and for us it actually took a long time until we finally created one. So today we're going to be talking about how you can find manufacturers and the importance of having a prototype.
Yeah, so the way that Monica and I made our first prototype of Evertights was that we looked in our network, and most of it was from our college incubator, which we've talked about in a previous video. But a reminder, incubator is a group of mentors that provide resources and advice to your venture. And in our network there was a seamstress, and she lived pretty close to where we were, so we were able to drive to her, and she had a bunch of sewing machines because she actually ran her own e-commerce business as well, and instead she made skirts. But she was able to use our sustainable material as well as our shorts and create a prototype of our Evertights. And this made it easier for our male demographic to realize what we were trying to do, and also for women as well to see how it would work functionally, because you could actually put this on. So that was really important. But the only issue was that with sewing on fabric, it creates a seam, and pantyhose are usually seamless. So we really needed a prototype from a manufacturer that could create this seamless design. So that was our next step, was figuring out how to find a manufacturer to create our prototype.
Yeah, so creating our prototype just from sustainable fabric was not enough. We needed this seamless feature that comes with circular knitting machines. So what Megan and I did was we did a lot of research online to see what domestic manufacturers created pantyhose. And while it was a little bit difficult, we actually found quite a bit of manufacturers, and their contact information was online. So we did a lot of cold calling, a lot of cold emailing, and in the end we were able to contact a lot of really great manufacturers. Our tip to you guys is that if you find a manufacturer that you really love and you have a good relationship with them, make sure that they understand what your product is, and then when you're talking about how many you need to produce, what the prototype will look like, go ahead and actually visit the manufacturer if possible, just so that you can see the conditions, you can see the machinery that they use, the fabric that they will use, things like that. So we really recommend going down and seeing the manufacturer yourself.
Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Galaxy, and make sure to tune in next week to bring your product to life. Bye!
Thank you!